Since I gotta wait till morning to get that air pump and finish this back wheel, figured I might as well work on the shocks. So I'll set you up down here, show you what I'm doing and why and how. And the ones I'm putting on it, where are they? There they are. Yeah. I think those will do a slightly better job. So we gotta get a couple wrenches and pull this bottom off. No, just one wrench. Pull that bottom off. See if that's the right size. 14 mil. Is 14 mil the right size? Yes, it is. I think, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that plastic a little bit. That shouldn't be a problem. What I'll do, while this one's still in, cut around it. Gotta find the right cutters. Yeah, that'll do. Probably work better if I go from the opposite side. Yep. See it from here. Just up to that. There. Nice not having to work around the wheel if you're doing this. Pull that the opposite direction. You get a pair of pliers or vice grips. That'll do it. Just got to break this piece out. As you can tell, I don't care about it being pretty as long as it fits. So now I can actually reach up inside there and get that other nut and bolt out. Probably get a wrench on one side of it. It's not on both ends. Okay. This one's just a stud welded straight in. This one is a bolt on either end. So let's see if I can find a wrench to fit up in there. I could use an adjustable, but there's not a lot of space. So we're looking for a 14 mil wrench. Show you what I'm dealing with up top. You can kind of see it in there. This tower, there's a nut on this side and a bolt head on this side. No real angle I can put yet to see it, but at least now, with the wheel out of the way, it's easy enough to reach down in between and behind things. So I'll undo that, and I'll show you putting the other one in. Well, that was a bit surprising. So there's a bolt and nut that held it on. Turns out this bracket, which on the other side I'm using to hold on my trailer hitch, that locks and bolts in with the shock. So that's fine. So here's the one we took out. It's not bad, but we'll compare it to what we're putting in. It'll get it another inch up off the ground, which is good. And they're a lot heavier duty, which is also good. Difficult part is going to be putting that through and getting that all in place. So let's see if I can do that from underneath without being able to see it very well. I can get that in there, but I got to get this in there first. The only way I can do that to see it is from the opposite side. I have to undo the other side here at the bottom to be able to get that in. Let's see. At the top here, now it's the same thickness, so that should go in. We're going to have to tap it a little, I think. Is that the same thickness? Yeah, pretty close. Starts, it's just getting it to finish. From here, line it up. You know, this might need a little more persuasion. Just a touch of bending to get it to work. Perfect. That should go in. In order to get it on that stud, well, once I get it up in there all the way, oh, wrench fell. That's just about it. A little more. Almost. That's going to be fun. So anyway, I'm going to hammer that up until it goes in the hole all the way. And once it's in there, then I'll undo the other side, lower the swing arm enough to put that stud on. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, I'll show you once I got that at least installed. That makes a massive fucking difference. That's going to look great. Plus, it's going to be more comfortable to ride with the higher sit. Yeah, you can see the difference in the shocks right there, or how far it sits up. Yeah, that's going to be amazing. Okay, well, one thing I'm going to do is straighten out my trailer hitch there. Other than that, get that tightened up. I'll show you when it's all put together. Alright, so we got a huge improvement. Raised back end by an inch. Shocks off of a different bike. Yeah, raised back end by an inch. Put a lot more suspension on it. I think it looks a lot better. Also straightened out and tightened the trailer hitch here. That piece there, as it was swung all the way forward. Swung all the way forward like on an angle that way. So that's better. I think it looks a lot improved from what it was. So next up, wait till morning. Get up. Walk all the way down to the bus stop. Go all the way to the other side of downtown. About half an hour on the bus. If I had the bike running, it'd be about a 10-minute run, 15-minute run. But no, it's going to be half an hour on the bus after a kilometer walk to the bus stop, and then another kilometer walk to the bike shop. Not looking forward to that. But anyway, tomorrow I'll get the proper pump and get that tire pumped up and put on the bike. Then you get to see me tighten up the brakes. Oh, hell. Be able to do the front brakes too. I already got one wheel off, might as well take the other. Okay. We'll see what happens next. Alright. So, continuing where we left off. Did a run to the local bike shop, pick this thing up. It is good. It does what it needs to do. It's a bicycle pump. It's fucking tiny. Takes forever. But it was the only one I could get with a head small enough to fit in that space on that valve stem. So that's $50 blown out my ass to get this done. I did order the proper tube for the proper tire for this thing. This is too small a tire, and the tube has a straight valve instead of an angled valve. But I did order it. Unfortunately, it's 4 days for delivery. It was only $15. This damn thing was $50. But I got it. So I now have this in the instance I need it. Problem is, today's Saturday. I ordered that tube yesterday. It's 4 days delivery. That means it won't be here till Tuesday. I need the bike Monday morning. So this will have to do. If and when this tire blows out, I'll have the new tube and tire to put on it. So we can put this back together. And another problem I noticed on the bike, which I'm going to swap out parts. Inside there, I don't know how well you can see it, but inside there, the hollow bolt on the end of the brake handle, the spot it's supposed to butt up against is cracked and broken, which means there's no threading holding that bolt in place. That sucks. So I need to replace this brake handle. I've taken this off. I got to undo the switch plate and then take off the brake handle and replace it. I do have other ones around. I just got to dig one out. But for right now, let's put this back wheel back on. I'll set you up and show you how that goes. It's a heavy fucker having the motor built right into the hub, but that's the apparent advantage. Alright, so I gotta get the chain up over the wheel. That'll go first. And once that's on there, you slide it in place. I do have to say, the new shocks look really good. Now these here, stop bolts at the end here, they go inside the fork. I'm gonna make sure it goes in on both sides. There. So that's in. Then this one with the stopper on it goes on the outside and hooks between the fork right there. Once I get this on, I'll show you the other side because that's where the interesting shit happens. Don't want anything tightened down yet. Okay, from this side, very similar situation. Get stuff out of the way so I can put you there. Okay, from this side, similar situation, but not exactly the same. that bolt in place, get that washer in place, get that nut started. Oh, come fucking on. There we go. I'm not going to deal with the brakes until after get the handle put together, but we can put the wheel fucking start. Oh, come on, lay flat so I can start threading on, you cocksucker. There we go. Get those in loose. Slide it up in there. That has to sit there, like that. So next we put the chain on, which you do at the front. And luckily with the seat pan out, you can actually just reach down, put it over the pedal crank, and turn it a little. Oh, you fucking Jesus Christ. I need both hands for this. Okay, it's in there. So now that that's where it's supposed to be, with all the parts and stuff I got out here loose, you'd think I'd have the right one sitting where I need it to be. But I gotta get a 10 mil socket, tighten these up, make sure the wheel's in the right spot. Which is way back here. Okay, I'll get a socket, crank those down. All right, angle you back up a little bit so you can see better. That bolt there. I'll tighten it up on both sides. Make sure it's tight on the chain and make sure it's straight. And once that's where we need it to be, that's when we tighten down. I'll get my head down here and make a straight line with this thing. That side a little. That's when we tighten down. Ugh. Nope. Cocksucker. Look at this thing. Okay. And down the chain side first. And tighten the jam nut. There. So that's good. And we can tighten this one up. And we'll do the other side the same. Switch over here. This will reach where it's supposed to reach. That's good. Put it on there. Still spins. It's good. Nope. I gotta loosen it off. Order of operations on these things is a pain in the cock. Okay. So, I gotta set this up. Drop you down so you can see that. About as good as that's going to get, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Try and get to where you can see it. There. Put the wrenches out from under it. There. So I gotta get this set up, which means this through there, and then the cable threaded through that little hollow bolt again, which I didn't want to have to do, but I have to do. Okay, well, that goes there. That goes there. That's one. Get the nut on the back of it. Cocksucker, I missed it. Okay. So that comes out. It goes through those two. Then it goes into this one. There. Now I can put the nut on the back of it. Start tightening it down. That'll make sure the brakes are in the right spot to actually work. On that one, where the hell did nut go for that one? Jesus Christ, there it is. That one goes through the top. Oh, you fucking cock. Jammed on there. There, get the washer unjammed off the threads. That goes in there and holds it. Kind of locks the bracket in place. So it sits at 90. Set it roughly at 90. This thing spun in. It's not going to be easy to get a wrench behind there, but I might have to. Okay. Not easy to get a socket in there. Okay, I'll put an 8mm wrench on the back of that. Oh, Jesus Christ, standing up is hard. The 8mm wrench on the back of that and then tighten it down. I picked a perfect spot to put these battery trays, didn't I? Where it doesn't interfere with anything while it's working, but sure fucking interferes with getting everything to work. See if I can swap sockets on this ratchet one-handed. Yes, I can. There. See if I can get the wrench on this other bolt. Probably not, but we'll give it a try. Okay, I got it. So now, the brakes are located where they're supposed to be. I don't have to worry about this cable until I fix the handle. Next comes this thing. We got to run it along the side of the bike, between and behind the tray. I should put down that lock nut, shouldn't I? The jam nut. But yeah, between all these bracketing, that has to run up into the inside of the bike. So I got there. And once I get that, I gotta take a bunch of zip ties. Hold it all together. You do not build these things to be easy to work on. We'll say that. Okay. All right. So, I got to take a screwdriver, put these in place and tighten them down. In there. Find the cover off of this, which is gone. This little plastic cap that pops on top. Oh, there it is. It's over on the table next to the screwdriver. All right, so I'll do that. And then I'll show you the next step. Ain't that pretty? So we got our wheel on. We got everything set in place and ready to do the brakes. Got all our wiring laid in place, hooked up. Got the seat back on, which is always a bonus. I gotta say, zip ties are probably the most underrated tool you can have in your toolbox. You never know when you're gonna need them, and they're useful for a million different things. Like, I only needed 3, but I got a big bag of them in case I need any more. I am planning on, when I have the materials around, reupholstering the seat, because it is hard as a fucking rock to sit on. I mean, you got right there about a ½ inch of padding. That's it. Down here it's fine. It's just, it's so compressed. And the fabric is actually wrinkled can actually wrinkle on the sides, which, yeah, either I'm going to replace the entire thing, the entire fabric, and the foam, or just replace the foam underneath it and keep using the same vinyl on top. But yeah, so that's the next step. Done. Turns out next week I should be able to go get batteries, which would be nice. And that leaves for today is brake handle. So get the screwdrivers and stuff out and pop that off and see what we can do with it. I'll find somewhere to sit you so you can see everything, and then I'll start. I think on top of the basket there works, and yeah, you can see what's going on. Okay, so we need an Allen key and then a screwdriver or a wrench. No, screwdriver. We'll get the Allen keys out, get this thing working. Too small. Too small. Oh, it's fucking stuck. There it is. There we go. We got the right size. I think it's the right size anyway. Got enough wire? Yep, you can take that off. There. Now we gotta take this off. Set up for a screwdriver or a wrench. I'm gonna try for the screwdriver first. If that don't work, I'll do the wrench. Nope, it's gonna be a wrench. I believe that one's a 12. Might be 10, but I believe it's a 12. Nope, it's a 10. $10 sockets and $10 wrenches are the things that go missing most often. So it's those things you need the most often. Okay. It's a captured nut on the other end of this. All we gotta do is loosen it off a little. The cable we got should, we can get it that far. Oh, would you look at that? It isn't actually broken. I thought that was split, but it's not. It's just not set. So we'll leave that loose. Leave those loose. Now we can do the brakes. We don't have to rely on replacing parts to fix it. I'll get the keys out of there, put them in the ignition. Get in there. Okay, so since this is all nice and loose so we can reach it, we'll have that set loose. We'll have this in here where it belongs. Now comes the fun part, because we're going to have to use a pair of vice grips. Little ones probably be better for that. Use a pair of vice grips and that 10mm wrench again, which I left up here. Yes, I did. So we got to tighten that cable. I'm going to turn it down a bit so you can see it better. There. Okay, if you got cable brakes like on an old motorcycle, like this, that's what this is set up as. You pull them to their tight, handset tight. Then you tighten down the nut on them if you can. Oh, fuck. Get that put on a bit further before I start. Make sure that's in place. There. That's pulled. Handset. Where'd the fucking right end of the wrench go? Not a lot of space to work in. Hydraulics brakes are a lot better, but this thing was made to be cheap, and these are cheaper. When I release them, it spins. That's good. Means they should be set where they are, or where they're supposed to be. Now I spin and pull the brake, they stop. That's good. So until I get it all hooked up, put batteries in it, and ride it, I'm not going to be able to put brakes any finer. But when I do, I can set them here with this screw and nut, which I'll just place right there. Or I can set them at the back with, I can fine tune them at the back with this hollow bolt and that nut. So you can tighten and loosen them a little bit there by about half to 3/4 of an inch, and you can do the same on the other end. So it spins when you spin it, and it stops when you pull the brake. That's what you want it to do. All right, next up, since I got it in here anyway, is the front brakes. And all this standing up and crouching down is killing my knees. I'm starting to get a head rush from it. So I'm going to stop, take a break, and then we'll move on to the front wheel and doing the front brakes. Okay, so before I do the front brakes, I have developed a problem, or we have developed a problem. She no chooch. I'll show you. And get the key in the ignition, I'll show you. Fucking hell. There. Okay, turn it on. She lights up. Means she should be good. Nope. It spins free. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Goddamn handlebars. Okay. Spins free. No movement. That usually means the Hall effect is messed up. Brake light works. Turn signals work. So everything is good up here. What's not good is back there. Or under here. So I got to open up the seat, recheck the wiring, make sure the Hall effect is hooked up properly. And yeah, I got to take the seat out again. Make sure the wires are in the right order and everything's plugged in properly. And then we can try it again. So I'll pop the seat out again. I'll check the wiring again. And then we'll see what happens. Alright, doomsday averted. Turns out there's a distinct possibility I might be a little bit colorblind. I had reversed the blue and green wires here. Either I might be a little colorblind, or it's entirely possible that, I was working in the dark and couldn't see what I was doing. Anyway, with that works. Brakes work. So I'm going to zip tie the brake cable down, make it tighter. This, I'm glad I have spare everything, because what this is just out of the box so that I don't have to put the seat on and take it off every time I want to restart to turn this thing on or off. So now that that's dealt with, we can do the front brakes. I'll set you up once I get that turned off. Now, before I start on these front brakes, and in this instance, I'm very glad for it being back heavy. On the double stand there, it lifts the front wheel up off the ground, makes it easier for me to work on it. But some of you may ask, why I swapped this little basket for this little basket. 2 reasons. That one's easier to get in and out of because it doesn't have a lid and a spring on it. Second, I can actually show you. It being a little bigger, of course, makes it easier for me to carry groceries home if I don't want to take the trailer, or if I'm just carrying something small. But this is useful. It's a perfect fit. Okay, so until I get a bigger basket, that's what's going to be on here. Now, what am I going to need to take these bolts out for this front wheel? I'm going to need, well, a set of wrenches. I'm going to need to undo this brake, because I'm going to do those brakes. That's the main purpose of this. But yeah, I'll get a set of wrenches, undo that. I'll see what wrenches I need and what wrenches I got. Luckily, a bunch of them are all over the floor and all over the tables and stuff over here, so I can just bring them over by the handful. I could probably find a socket to do the job, but I spend more time. Okay, so it's bigger than a 13, which means that's no help. 14. It is in fact a 14 millimeter. Great. One. Let's see if I can find a second. As you can see, I'm not the most organized human being. But we'll see if we can find a second 14 mil wrench. And 12, 15 and a 15, 12 and a 12, 13, 13, 11. Jesus fuck, I don't think I have another. Oh, that's seized. I have to put that in vinegar, get it done for another restoration video, huh? So, do I have a 14 mil socket? Let's find out. Let's find out together. So, 14 mil socket. It's an oddball size. Most times I see 11, 12, 13, and then 15. So 14 apparently matches something. There's 14 mil. It's a long socket, but it's 14 mil. I think it matches something in Imperial Standard. So companies don't bother making the same tool twice with 2 labels on it. Which I can respect, you know? I just noticed something. I did a dumb. But for some reason, I just grabbed a handle that was here, hand grip, and stuck it on. Turns out, that's Tail G hand grip. They don't match. So that's not the one that belongs on it. There's the one that belongs on it. The one that matches. Put that back where it belongs. Not that I'm pedantic about everything matching, but, you know, got the option. There. Okay. There it is. So now that we have the correct tools, let's start wrenching this thing apart. May or may not have to disconnect the brakes. I'm hoping not, but you never know. That is torqued on there. Good and solid. Okay. That loosened up. That loosened up. Well, this side's out fine. Let's go to the other side to get that little locking washer out of the way. There we are. And I do not think we have to take the brakes off to change the pads. Let's find out. Yeah, those are worn right down. So let's see what we can do about it. From a bike I had previously owned and was given to the younger lady of the house here to ride, I had bought a new set of brakes. It was on the same chassis. I had bought a new set of brake pads for her, but that bike died before they could be put in. So we now have an option. And these being cast aluminum, they can just be tossed in for scrap metal perfectly well. New brake pads. All right, so here's the trick. Get that spring hooked up there. Get that spring hooked up down here. For fuck's sakes, get in there, you cocksucker. Tiny little things. Pissy little things, but there. So those two springs are in. Fuck you! Tell you what, I'll put it here. Then I'll put the springs in. Possibly. At least get one of them in place. There. Nope. Nope, they don't even fucking hold there. God damn it. Fucking hell. Okay, so this one might hold. If I can get it fucking... Alright. I'm going to get a fucking pair of pliers to do this with. Needle nose pliers. That'll do it. Luckily, I have a lot of those around. All I got to do is pull it over the hook. And it should work. I wish I'd have kept the brake hub off that other bike, because this would fit better. Let's get that over. Fuck you! God, fucking piece of shit. That's what I get for buying Chinese, huh? Fucking hell. This is not going to bode well for me. Let's try it from this side. Just got to get that hook to go over that hook. Fuck off! Both the fucking springs are the same one. No, wait, that one's a little longer. Okay, so... one spring is very, very slightly longer than the other. Which means the short one goes over the top, long one goes over the bottom. That will solve my problem, I hope. Short one over that fucking hook, you cocksucker. Ah. There, that's not falling off now. Now for this one. Oh, I hope this doesn't fucking piss me off anymore. Ah! I'll fight with that for half an hour, yelling and screaming, and probably end up hurting myself. And I'll show you when it's done. Okay, so it's a few minutes later. I got it in, had to break out vice grips, slice my thumb open. Now we just got to put it back in and put it back together. That should be the easy part. Oh, slides right in, so that's good. Get in there, you cocksucker. Fucking axle, come on. Don't tell me that don't line up no more. I got a bent axle, which I don't think I do, but if I got a bent axle, I'm going to be fucking upset. No, 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 no. Don't fucking do that, you fucking cock. It spins. It sits. Why is she ain't going through? Why is it just not going through? Came out, should go back in, right? There. So, oh fuck, now it don't want to fucking turn. God damn it. Fucking hell. Okay, so I take this out again. This is not making me happy. This does not bring me joy. Let's loosen this down to the point where maybe it does turn. Ah, there. Spins again. So it was the brakes being too tight because there was no pads on it before. Okay. So now, put everything back together. This little peg here on the back there, that little peg goes into that little hook, or goes into that little hook. Oh, you fucking God. Get in there. Why are you like this? Should be the easy part. There's nothing on this side. Okay. And it's not in the hook. Line that up. Fuck off. Get in there. You can tell I'm not having a good day yet. There. It's in the hook. That side's in. That goes on, that goes on, this goes on. Crank that a bit, crank this a bit. You weren't even looking at it the whole time I was fighting it. Okay, so that's there. Got the socket and the wrench. Reverse that direction. Let's tighten this up. There. So now, let's try the front brakes. They actually stop. That's first. So now, other than getting new batteries, which should be next week, I think that's about it. We did the new back tire and tube. We fixed the back brakes. We fixed the front brakes. I made a mistake and found out I might be colorblind. And you probably learned a few new swear words along the way. I think that's pretty good for this mechanical weekend. So, hate to do this, but like, share, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy hearing me yelling and screaming and cursing and swearing and watch me get hurt. Okay, talk to you next time.